am the truth, I am the light, I am the love, raising the vibes. I am a messenger, I am a guide, I am a sign, I am divine. I am the truth, I am the light, I am the love, raising the vibes. I am a messenger, I am a guide, I am a sign, I am divine. I am you, we are one, under the stars, under the sun. I am you, we are one, under the stars, under the sun. Yeah. Son of a god, leading my squad. Call me a hitman, I run with the mob of witches, wizards, shamans, and healers. We light up the dark, we follow our hearts, we follow our souls, we follow the light, we follow our vision, we follow the signs. We're fearless, we're rebels, we fight the good fight. We higher the heavens, we channel the force. We are the bringers of light, we are the angels.
Music is frequency programming. Music is frequency. What frequency are you being fed? If I play with those frequencies, right, I can target certain parts of the mind. Target the frequency to go to certain parts of the mind. Or if I want you to go into a meditative state, I can make my music do that.
This is medicine music, prescription of frequency with a doses influenced by the state of the culture lacking some nourishment. Hella deficient of love, they needed encouragement, but taught to get numb off the drugs. Started to notice the loose screws, 10 of my toolbox. Cause how can you mend an issue when you got a bruised heart and mentally been scarred, physically been barred, ready for rebirth, but spiritually it's been hard. Let me take you through some steps that I done learned, loved one. Cause it don't happen overnight, this healing's earned, loved one. It come with practice, releasing your distractions, setting healthy boundaries and managing attachments. We made in God's image, but we started walking backwards when we gave away our power by submitting to a master. Then they pimped our infrastructure, changed the pricing in the package. Told you if you want it back, it's in blood cause they attacking. If you want to free your mind and free your spirit from the toxic, gotta vow to kill the poison of the snakes that's in your garden. Only giving your attention to the things that bring you honor. Keep your vibe sucker free and your circle free from drama. Shit, life crazy when you really think about it, and shit could get wicked if you really ain't moving solid. I'm praying you don't risk your whole life just for $1, and you conquer your demons before you end up getting conquered. So I gift you this medicine music. Yeah, I gift you this medicine music. Felt like I needed an umbrella for the rain, cause life was handing lemons, so I made some lemonade. You can sit with this medicine music. Belly of the beast to swallow you up for profit. Call it capital gains and they ain't even lifting proper. I aim to break the cycle my grandma passed to my mama, cause the DNA carry generational wealth and trauma. Encoded with a message, unfolding to your blessings. If you walk in your purpose, you can heal your family lineage. Work smart so I can leverage all of this time invested. Sing about me when I go, I lived everything I was destined. Victory over obstacles, 2020 my opticals. Cutting out all distractions, applying knowledge, I got the tools. Lesson learned that I got it, you junior die. Spark the fuse, step die. Spark the fuse, no way, I'ma lose this weight I carry heavy, but my ancestors heavier. Thought I was moving steady, but now I'm moving steadier. Gave my burdens to God, and now I'm feeling merrier. Got my eye on a lover, imagining I can marry her. And now it's come a time where you gotta pick a side, or whether or not you gon' contribute to Earth's demise, or if you gon' be one of them ones that embody light. Cause the future gon' be fucked up if the kids can't live their life. So I offer you medicine music. Yeah, I get you this medicine music. Yeah, hey, felt like I needed an umbrella for the rain, cause life was handing lemons, so I made some lemonade. You can sit with this medicine music. I gift you this medicine music. Yeah.
The brain processes information electrically. It communicates with the cellular structure electrically, and it operates within a certain band of frequency. Frequency.
Yeah. I had to elevate my mental. I got up off my ass and pressed the gas on my potential. I tamed my temptations, now I'm taking care of my temple. I pull up to the function, skip the line, I'll show credentials. They know I'm presidential. Everything monumental when you recognize your moment. See, I built it on my own, so ain't no question if I own it. They used to laugh, call me alone, and now they asking for a loan. See, my ex said I wouldn't succeed. I plant my feet and now I grown. See, I used to be a stoner, now I'm high off life. I'm up high in plain sight, just hopped off a flight. Me and Hunt, old kid, now they gotta raise the price, cause I invested in myself and made it back overnight. Dog, we all fall short, don't give a fuck about your height. In America, do you wrong, so you better know your rights. See, they do it for attention, I just follow intuition. I'm on a mission, why they missing? I ain't difficult, I'm different. Ooh. Nah, I can't settle. See, I bet it on myself, now everything getting better. Nah, I can't settle. They want me to come down, told them meet me on my level. Nah, I can't settle. See, I was low, now I'm on higher level. And they keep asking how I did it, dog, I'm special. I'm just special. If life's a marathon, I deserve a medal. Yeah, nah, I can't settle. See, I was low, now I'm on higher level. And they keep asking how I did it, dog, I'm special. I'm just special. If life's a marathon, with my gold medal. See, I used to try to force it, now I flow with it. They threw dirt up on my name, but now I grow with it. I used to wait up on my blessing, now I go get it. I'm done waiting, done debating. If God tests me, let him grade me. This that top shelf flow, yeah, I'm way out your reach. Used to choose between shoes, now I tell them give me each. But I don't brag about no fashion, cause I ain't one for the flash. Used to sag, now I'm a grown man. I keep my belt fast and had so much on my plate. But then I started fasting, then I started meditating, then I started levitating. This that self-knowledge, black man educated, could've been in that cell. Now every day a celebration. Now these days I practice celibacy and focus on development. And I ain't really emotional, I'm just emotionally intelligent. Shawty call me selfish cause I don't focus on my betterment. These days I'm on a higher level. No, I can't settle. Whoa. Nah, I can't settle. See, I bet it on myself, now everything getting better. Nah, I can't settle. They want me to come down, told them meet me on my level. Nah, I can't settle. See, I was low, now I'm on higher level. And they keep asking how I did it, dog, I'm special. I'm just special. If life's a marathon, I deserve a medal. Yeah, nah, I can't settle. See, I was low, now I'm on higher level. And they keep asking how I did it, dog, I'm special. I'm just special. If life's a marathon, with my gold medal. Yeah.
Sacrificing sleep for my dreams. Sailing across the atlas, this shit deeper than some streams. Everything ain't what it seems, and I'm reading in between. Translating frequencies from ethereal beings. I can walk through the streets and remain unseen. My protection on a beam, my direction, 7 seas. Cinematic tendencies, currencies, infinite. On some classic type shit, so consistent with the hits. Cosmic message on the lips, clearly heaven never miss. Crucial metamorphosis, I swear I died 1,000 times, but still I rise by the power of Most High. I heard legends never die, but we bound to the crown. That motherfucker heavy than 1,000 evil eyes. Getting stronger with my boundaries, cause my spirit is the prize. And my soul is as vibrant as the moon on summer nights. And my mind is a dive into all that's divine. Sacred scribe, watching Gemini rise. When I was born, I loved my mama womb so much that I was trying to hold on. I had problems with the breath, cause my spirit never left. I survived 1,000,000 threats, projections aimed at my neck, death sentence to my success, abuse of my innocence, transmuting the bullshit, speak life on my lineage, protecting women and kids, raising respectful men, honoring the land, keeping the sacred, infusing the planet presence, wisdom of ancients, pumping through my veins, scream my ancestors' names. We ain't here to play, coming for every fucking thing you ripped from my kin and them. Multiply that shit by 10, can't quantify my existence. I am an uncompromised transmission in this holographic realm of those addicted to the gram. My heart chakra bleeds for those in need of connection. You magnetize all your blessings when you lead with intention, and you lean into forgiveness, and you see all you've been given, and you amplify your mission with compassion for your lessons, giving grace to your versions that's in need of the healing, saving space for potential cause your growth has no ceilings. And now I'm building you up cause you are my reflection. I feel collective fear and pain, and I can't answer all those questions, but we all know the problem, and we cry for solutions. We didn't watch all our legends up and die for the truth. Strange fruit, tongue-tied for our lives by the noose. I will no longer be silent, but those who deny our truth, fulfilling the prophecy, feeling the potency of a black woman near her prime. What a joy it is to see. Every win for my sis is a W for me. Reflecting my inner light, is it W or me? No double cup, just tea. Pour libations up for me. When I bounce out this bitch at the altar, sing my name. Leave me raspberry leaf. Fill my cup up for me. Play my voice over the seas. Lava for eternity. Lava is eternity.
Shimim Hotel, Shimim Ra, Ashe. Uncle Jobs and Neebs and Empty, Ashe. We give thanks for the verbal elixir and divine frequency of Lava God. Just know if you're hearing my voice, you are the new deity. You are the Neteru. You are the Orisha. You are the Vedic. You are the Mayan, Aztec. You are the Akan, the Dogon. All that is God is in you. So we lack nothing. Give thanks.
Cloud surf while never leaving Earth. 10 toes firmly planted in the dirt for what it's worth. See my life flash before my eyes a couple times, so I'd be lying if I said I don't believe in the divine. For reasons we can't find, the truth will probably blow our minds. This energy in the universe send chills down your spine. Had a talk with a goddess about human design. Pull my code to how I need to get my chakras aligned. Gotta break some bad habits, it's addition by subtraction. Move away from bad actors trying to leech off your action. It's the laws of attraction, gotta see it before it happens. Gotta believe it with a passion, then receive this beautiful madness. Find a pattern in the chaos, their assessment was way off. You build it from the ground up, you own it, so ain't no layoffs. Your energy is equity, cashing on your day off. Hope to reach a couple souls, it's all a part of the payoff.
Peace and blessings, Starseeds. Peace and blessings. Welcome to Pronoia Starseed podcast. I am the goddess Rael, and tonight is a Pronoia night. That is right. Tonight is a very special night, especially here on Pronoia, because we have so many Starseeds, y'all. We have not had guests this season. Now, I'm going to say, technically, Maulisa is a guest. But technically, Maulisa is not a guest. Maulisa has been here more than some of the Starseeds never been here. So this is our first official guest for season 6. And I will say, shout out to Jazzy for Something for the Culture, for bringing us together. Okay, I'm not gonna get emotional. All right, I'm excited to have her tonight. I have been waiting for her to come on. I'm very nervous because we've been talking over time, and I just feel like I already know her. So getting to know her more tonight, I'm just excited to have one-on-ones. We have not been talking one-on-one, so this is going to be a different mode, and we get more time to delve into some of the topics we talked about a little bit on Something for the Culture, and get to know Dr. Abena Berry more. She is so beautiful inside and out, and I think you will just enjoy her as much as I do Starseed. So I will not hold you any longer. Without further ado, I'd like to bring to you the stage Dr. Abena Berry.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Goddess. Oh, I was over here just smiling and cheesing while you're doing that introduction. The feeling is mutual. I really appreciate getting to know you and that we are now connected. And I'm really excited about this conversation.
Yes, me too. I'm extremely excited. Yes, thank you for tapping in tonight, Black Cherokee.
Hi, Lakeisha.
Yes, thank you all for tapping in. I'm very excited. So, all right, I'll give them a little bit of the backstory and then on how we kind of met. And then I want to introduce you guys and let them get to know you a little bit better. Okay. We met on a podcast called Something for the Culture. And on this podcast, we were discussing narcissism. And it was a very interesting podcast. And what was so beautiful about it was that I feel like us two being there, we were able to talk about it from two different perspectives that actually mirrored each other. And I thought that was really interesting to see how much spirituality and psychology actually mirror each other. We're saying, like, speaking two different languages, but saying the same thing, right? Mm-hmm. So I felt that on the show. I felt a really strong pull towards Dr. Abena Berry. And I was just like, oh, I got to get her on Pronoia. And it was just like, we just started talking and I'm just like, wow, her energy is so good. And I feel like this is a beautiful way to bridge the mind, the body, and the soul. So I would like to introduce you to the Starseeds. I would like you to tell us about you.
Yeah.
All the good things.
Yeah, so I am Dr. Abena Berry. I am a licensed clinical psychologist. I also am a national speaker and the author of a 5-star rated self-help book called Bold, Black, and Becoming: A Psychology Guide to Heal and Thrive. So I am fully invested in trying to help as many humans as I can in this lifetime to keep evolving and growing into the versions of themselves they were always meant to be, and getting people back on track with that, because so many of us have been derailed for various reasons, but most of it boiling back down to trauma and toxic conditioning. So Goddess and I are on a very similar journey with one another, right? We're doing very similar work, just in a different way, right? And we, like she said, we found that a lot of what we talk about with the people that we come across and the communities that we've created, we're basically describing the same things, me using the scientific language, her using the spiritual language. And we've just really enjoyed kind of sharing that back and forth with one another. And now we get to bring it to you all. So we're really excited.
Very much so. Can you tell us about your book?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, it's called Bold, Black, and Becoming: A Psychology Guide to Heal and Thrive. It came out in 2024, and so far about 4,000 plus copies sold and counting. And it's 5-star rated across all platforms. Yeah. It's available everywhere online as well, where you can find books, including Amazon, because everyone always asks if it's on Amazon, and yes, it is. But you can get it on my website as well and other places too. The book itself was intentionally written to be a very comprehensive guide for healing and growth. Since I am a psychologist and a scientist, I am using and taking that knowledge, but presenting it to the readers of my book in a way that feels like your bestie just happens to be a scientist, right? So it's very digestible. It's very easy to understand. It does not feel like a scholarly article or anything, even though it's based on scientific research and data and all of that. But it's written very easy to digest. And each chapter build off of the next, just helping you deepen your understanding of how your brain works. And I cover a variety of different topics in it that are really relevant to us all, including how to heal from trauma and unlearn trauma responses, how to get in touch with your authentic self and explore more about your true identity, anxiety management, relationship management, decision making. The list goes on and on. I mean, it's really genuinely a comprehensive book. And it's also meant to be a reference book. So it's not something you read once and then go, wow, that was profound, and never pick it up again. It's something that you're meant to highlight and return to when you have certain things going on in your life. And you can say, wait, what did Dr. Berry say about this human phenomenon? What can I do to navigate this better? And it kind of gives you that reference to just kind of turn to when you're going through certain things in life, and to keep learning skills to manage this human experience that can sometimes be challenging.
Absolutely. That sounds like a tool we all need in our toolbox.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, everybody's saying it's a great read. It's very relatable.
Oh, thank y'all.
Yes. Peace, Claudia. Claudia, I have an ask for you as we're going along. So I spoke to Dr. Berry and she gave me permission to pull her human design. Claudia is our human design expert. So I saw her pop in. So I wanted her, while we're talking, to think about what design does she believe that you are, and what profile.
That's going to be interesting. Oh, can I show the book really quick though before we transition? I forgot to do that. This is what it looks like, y'all. Sorry, my ring light, but this is the cover. And it, thank you. And it symbolizes shedding yourself of the lies and toxic conditioning that you were taught as a human being, and instead learning about the truth about how your brain works and re-stimulating your mind, right? Helping with that neuroplasticity. Thankfully, just because we were taught certain things doesn't mean we can't unlearn them and grow. So you can always stimulate the mind even after the brain is done developing. So that's what the cover is about. And my readers are of all backgrounds, all races and identities, but it does have special intentional representation for the Black community to help fight stigma. Because a lot of us were taught that, mental health stuff is not for us, but the reality is mental health is for every human.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. No, I definitely want to get a little bit more into the book as well. I just saw Claudia pop in and I wanted to catch her because
for sure.
Yeah, I want her to just listen to you. I'm telling you, she's going to pick it up. Listen to you.
Okay. I am so excited. It's like a magic trick.
Yes. Tell me, Claudia, I want you to tell me what you think her profile is and her aura type. Okay. I'm going to see if you can guess it. And we're going to talk about your human design later on. But so what got you? What was it that made you wanted to get into psychology?
Yeah, great question. So this journey has been a beautifully long one for me. I mean, genuinely, I've been interested in learning about human behavior since I was really young. It initially was because of my own traumas that I experienced during childhood. Though some of those experiences left me really curious about why people do what they do. There were a number of adults that I witnessed, especially in my extended family, that were really disconnected from themselves and engaging in problematic behaviors or trying to disconnect and disassociate from themselves, right? Whether it be certain extended family members that were struggling with substance abuse, or just the fact that there was sexual abuse and other things that I had to endure during childhood. And those traumas led to me wanting to understand how could someone do these kind of things to a child, and two, why were people so disconnected? And I didn't have language, of course, for it at the time, but thankfully my mom is in the healthcare field. And she, I knew that she was a nurse and she studied the body and things like that. So I was like, do we also study why people do what they do? I asked it this was when I was 8-9 years old. So I asked it the way an 8-9-year-old would, but she told me, she was like, yeah, we do, that's psychology. And then she took me to, I don't know if y'all remember the bookstore that used to be around Borders. A lot of them have gone out of business. Okay. Yeah. So she took me to Borders and I got my first psychology based book. And then the rest was history. I just became like you usually say, goddess, I think you say greedy for knowledge or hungry for knowledge. So yeah, that's what happened. I was like, why wouldn't everyone want to understand why they are having these experiences or what they can do to recover and heal? And I didn't want my life's journey to be dictated by those traumatic things I had gone through. And I'm so grateful that both my mom and dad were immediately supportive of my interest in psychology and poured into me and supported me with learning about it. So I declared my major in undergrad the first week I got on campus.
Wow.
I already knew what I knew what was up. I was like, this is what it's gonna be. I've been training for this.
Since you were a kid.
Since I was a kid.
I love that though. Like, I can resonate with that knowing early on the path, and the path is set based on the things you have experienced within your life, right? It made you question to the point where you didn't question and say, well, forget about it, I'm just going to be this type of person. No, you wanted to find a solution. You wanted to find out why it happened. And then now as a psychologist, assist people in healing those parts of themselves. So that is so beautiful.
Yeah. It's definitely been a beautiful journey. And learning more about the side of like what your expertise is has only helped me hone it further. Like breaking out of and again, no offense to anyone, of course, people can be religious, but I grew up religious and now I'm not. I identify as open-minded scientist who's spiritual. I don't believe that we have all the answers for everything, but I don't think that the answers are like in a box, right? So I'm very open-minded and curious, and the spirituality, which is different from religion, y'all. Spirituality. So just in case people don't know that, spirituality is a very open-minded, explorative approach to our existence, and it really aligns with the science. So I was like, oh, this is like it's like a upgrade, a boost to what I'm already doing, and so now I crave that knowledge too because it's great.
It's so crazy. I crave the knowledge that you have now because it reinforces the spiritual. Because people remember when we went on the show, the first thing was, well, if you ain't a doctor and you ain't got a PhD, but it's like, but I also have knowledge of being able to sense energies, right? And some of us pick up on certain types of energies, and over time we get to learn. If we're observing, we can pay attention. And the thing about certain energies, they repeat themselves over and over again. So it becomes a pattern. So it's not really hard. And so when we came together, it was just a beautiful connection, because it was like, wow, I never really heard it from the psychology side, because again, I'm very into the spirituality, and everything I experience has been on the spiritual side. But now hearing it that way, it was just, everything clicks. It all kind of aligns. And I think that we tend to nurture one side or the other versus, realizing that all parts need to be in alignment. Your mind, your body, and your physical, your body and your soul.
Yeah, absolutely. And also the way I see it now at this stage is that science simply explains God's work. There's not either or. Science is the explanation of God's work and the divine and all of that in the universe, right? We're here studying ourselves, experiencing ourselves. We are the universe. So we are here to like understand what we are essentially. And it's really cool. So it all plays together. And like you said, it has to be in alignment with all the parts of what we are. Because we're more than just, one of those things. We're all of those things and then some.
Yeah, real. That is so true. I know we had spoke before, and I guess, so being a psychologist, right? Like me being a spiritual person and people knowing that, like, do people come up to you and ask you psychology questions like all the time? Even people that just like your friends, your family members, like.
Yeah. No, it definitely happens. I would say that at this stage in my life, in terms of like my friendships and like my village that I've created for myself, chosen family as well as blood family that has been chosen, if that makes sense, right? The family that I actually feel close to and nurture because they're healthy enough to have close relationships with, because you can't with not everybody. But thankfully my family of origin, like my mom, my dad, my sister, and things like that, like it's all both my sisters, like we're all really close. So I'm grateful for that. But also my chosen family, through friends. Like I feel like at this stage I've been able to find people who understand that relationships are supposed to be, reciprocal, not. So I don't have like just friends that are like, oh, free psychologists, or anything. At least not at this stage of my life. They are very intentional about providing care as much as receiving it. And so I've been intentional to include people like that in my life and in my circle. But if you're just talking about like, just somebody picking up on energy, like that happens sometimes, people just sharing things with me. or, you know, just walking down the street or definitely on social media, because I have my professional social medias. So I have people DM and have questions, or when I go live. And it's definitely, you know, there are times definitely when it's welcomed and when it's not, you just lovingly set boundaries, you know, and say like, I can't provide that right now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
That's because a lot of times I think people want to know, but it feels more comfortable coming from somebody that they know. You know, there's questions they want to know and they'll trust you more. And sometimes I see that in the people around me, you know, because a lot of people know that I know that I was a Christian growing up. So
yeah,
spiritual, they're like, ooh, I want to kind of talk to you because I know you went from one to the other. So it's not like you don't believe. No, I believe that we all have the right to believe whatever we want to believe.
Same.
Yeah.
As long as it's not causing harm, that's the only time I have a problem.
Say that again.
If it's causing harm, then I have a problem. Right. That's my, so you can believe whatever you want to believe, with the caveat that it should not be causing any human being harm. Your belief. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So I didn't know if we want to jump right into our conversation about like from the last, like kind of carry over from the last conversation.
How raw are we? I should have asked you this offline, but how? I think you're gonna know what I'm asking about. But like, how real are we gonna get with reflecting about that conversation? Because, you know, there were some interesting things that happened during the panel. Which people can go watch. It's on YouTube, so people can go see it and deduce and understand what I'm referring to. But like, I'm ready to talk about it. But
Oh, you ready to talk about it like this?
I'm ready to talk about it.
Well, let's talk about it. Mm-hmm. So, all right. So we both came to the podcast. I knew it was about narcissism. That is all I knew.
That is all I knew too. Yes. Okay. And that I knew that Kalima was going to be there, because I also knew Kalima, but I didn't know you yet, but I did know her, and I knew she was going to be there because Jazzy told me. That was all I knew.
Okay. So we both came in. I knew because I seen the flyers that other people were going to be there. I did not know that actual narcissists were going to be there, or people who may have narcissistic tendencies, or thought they, because I don't know. I'm not diagnosing anybody, but I'm just saying.
Let me drink my water.
We came to the stage, and basically it was a energy.
It was an energy. It was the energy. Well, let's start from the beginning. So when we first came on, I feel like everything felt good. I didn't initially sense much of anything until the last person joined the live, and then the energy. So one of the people on the panel, he was late, and then he came in, and there was an entire energy shift.
It was, and it was so weird. I felt it. So early on, I actually felt the energy when I first came on and I was backstage. Because I could pick up energy off of eyes if I'm looking at you. And even if you're like online and I'm looking I can pick up certain energies. And I was just like, oh, wait a minute. Like, oh, what kind of show is this again? I'm like, oh, wait, are we having a narcissist show? Because I'm starting to pick up a denser energy, even like the way the energy interacts with me backstage. It was just like a pushback. So I was like, okay. But then when the other two came on, it was like, oh, that's what. So because the questions they were asking were as if they didn't know if they were.
Yes.
Inquiring as if they were. So we basically had 3 women on one side and 3 men on the other side.
Yeah.
And us 3 were talking from the standpoint of, again, you as a therapist and Jazzy as an author in a book that is focused on narcissism, and then a spiritualist. So I didn't know that when they came on, that I thought they were going to be actually.
I thought everybody. No, that's what. No, I initially thought everyone's position was going to be one of like having had some kind of education about, or I don't know, like kind of just like what we were, right? Like coming in there with expertise of some kind from the lens that we approach things.
Yes.
And then it just changed, y'all.
It
just got a little different. There was toxic masculinity that came out of nowhere, which, by the way, they were offended by, which I was like, okay, you don't even know what it is clearly, because toxic masculinity is not calling masculinity toxic, right? Toxic masculinity is a kind of masculinity that if you Google it, if you don't read what it is and think that that's toxic, then I am really concerned. Right. Because there's no way that you could read the characteristics of that and be in a healthy enough place and not understand why that would be toxic. I mean, it includes misogynistic thinking, treating women like they're objects, being not taking accountability, being quick to anger. Like, how could you not understand that those things are toxic? Whereas healthy masculinity, right, is a different thing. But all they heard was masculinity and toxic and jumbled it into something else, and then they started turning it into men versus women, and I'm like, what is going on? Because it felt like we were all of a sudden in a tunnel. I'm like, what is happening? And in reality, we all have masculine energy and all have feminine energy. So this is not a conversation about men and women, right? That's the lower vibrational conditioning that people have tried to convince you of, but that's not reality.
And I felt like there was there was one clear, because I don't remember the other two guys' names, but I remember Black's name, and I really liked him. And I thought that his energy was still really good, and I appreciated his his contribution to the conversation. The other guy was real quiet initially until Homeboy came in, and then that was like a gasoline to fire. I don't know. He was like, "Oh, we doing alpha male energy now," and I'm like, "What's happening?" This is educational. No, it wasn't. It was a feeling, but it was weird when he came in, because it was actually, I was getting ready to answer a question, and he popped on, and she went directly to him, right? And when he came on, he was already aggressive. He was ready to go. He was like, look, people always calling somebody a narcissist, and ain't nobody got no degrees. Don't know nothing about nobody who's here.
He didn't know who none of us was. I was like, I have multiple degrees. I think most of us in here have degrees. What is he talking about?
He was trying to give us the business. Yeah, they shifted big time. She watched it, yes. And then Jazzy goes over and says, Roxy, do you want to respond to him? I said, no, I do not, because why would I do that? Let me tell you, the thing I do know about narcissists is they love energy of any kind. They love negative energy, positive energy, all of it. If they can get a rise out of you, then you're not getting nothing out of me, sir. I don't even know you. You're not going to come in here and start raising hell and get me started. But I believe that over time, he could deny that the energy that was pumping on one side of the screen, it shut down everything else. It was like, you know what? Right here. And I felt it, because he started with the narcissistic things, the triggering of, women.
He was making comments about all women this and all. And I was like, oh no, I was really proud of how we handled it. I feel like, because I always try to take things from the space of like empathy and trying to figure out, how do I be direct, but also still increase the likelihood of you being receptive, because it can be hard to have someone, respond to what you're saying and basically say like, hey, maybe this is not the most helpful way to think about things. Maybe this is not the most accurate way to think about things. And initially he was, if you remember, he was kind of aggressive back initially, but because of how I tried to approach him, eventually he softened. Eventually he asked me a question about it. And his defenses got a little lower at that point. So I was like, okay. Now, do I think he learned or took in anything? I don't know. One can hope, but I don't know if it like changed anything about him, but at the very least it stopped the disrespect during the panel. So that's still a win as far as I'm concerned. But I hope that he also can grow and evolve.
Yes. And you know what? I love that word. Say it again, that word hope. That's a key word. We're gonna come back to that word later, but I just want to point out the word she used, hope.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going back to that.
Okay.
What was so beautiful was that I know me, right? So again, I'm spiritual, but I'm not a light worker, y'all. I'm not just a light worker. I work with a light and I work with the dark because I realized I have a shadow. I'm not evil whatsoever. However, I can dibble and dabble. Okay, don't play with me. So his energy was very pushy, and so I set myself still. And when you started talking, I love the way he softened up. And it was just so funny. My body would not let me go without telling him, because he was like, everybody. I said, let me just make it real clear though. You're going to continue to hear it. So if you're not one, you won't be offended. But if you are one, get used to it. That word has been introduced, and now people know what they're looking at. And I'm a big component of call a thing a thing. If you never call it what it is, how can we ever figure out like how to resolve? So many people have experienced narcissistic abuse, not knowing that is what, especially with a covert narcissist, they don't even know what's happened. Narcissistic abuse causes brain damage, right?
Yeah, yes, it like literally does. It negatively impacts the frontal lobe specifically, which is like decision making, emotional expression, amongst other things as well. But yeah, it's psychological abuse really alters brain chemistry and functioning. So it's not like a light thing, right? For somebody to go through that. I think sometimes people assume that like, okay, physical abuse, that's horrible, but like emotional and psychological, you'll be okay. But first of all, I would argue that if physical abuse is happening, it's guaranteed that emotional and psychological are also happening. So now it's compounded with multiple things. And the emotional psychological can really be a difficult journey to get back on track cognitively, right? Because it starts altering how the person sees themselves. Think of, I gave this example in that live too. Like people have to think about what happens to humans when they find themselves in cults and things like that, right? You see them morph into a version of themselves that you're like, who is this person? The person who used to always be available and want to spend quality time with their family and friends are now completely disconnected from those people. They're a shell of themselves. They don't speak up anymore or have the light that they did. So if that can happen, right, then we know what is going on in here. How have those experiences altered that person's brain and how it's operating? Because it is like a computer, and trauma is like a virus, and you have to remember that there's going to be work to undoing that. And also, like you said, we have to name things what they are, because evolution of self and healing requires acknowledgement. You have to acknowledge where you're at if you want to get somewhere else. If I'm in denial about where I'm at on my journey and I'm not willing to take feedback about how people experience me, then I'm definitely not going to change, right? Like nothing's going to change.
Yep. No, absolutely. We were talking about it. And again, when you were talking about it as far as like childhood trauma and the things they experienced in childhood, that's kind of where it starts, right? And then
Yes, because people cannot be born with a personality disorder, right? We hear people say, and I know you and I have had conversations about this concept or idea of like evil, right? And I know we have like slightly different. I know we're gonna go there, I'm sure, but people cannot be born with a personality disorder because we come into the world with a temperament, which is like those early behavioral patterns or behavioral presentations and emotional presentations, probably a better way of putting it, that we see in young kids, right? You might see one 1-year-old that's really spunky and outgoing, and another one that's a little cautious and slow to warm up, right? That's the early stages of personality development, but that's called temperament. And you see it also with an infant, right? There might be an infant that cries very easily and other infants that not so much. That's that temperament. But personality is developing as our brain is developing, and arguably even beyond that. But the first 25 to 30 years is when our brain is developing, and the frontal lobe, that this part of the brain, is the last part of the brain to finish developing. And it houses largely a lot of what's going to be your growing personality. And when you look at the brains of people that have narcissistic personality disorder, you see less neural complexity, right? Because the brain was not fed the like healthy experiences and things like that. So usually there's like less we want like neural, complex neural connections and things like that, right? So there's more firing off, so to speak, and whatever it may be. And there's less of that. So some of the research has found that there is like actual, through the brain imaging, we can see less of that in the frontal lobe, and like gray matter and white matter and all that stuff. So like it's a real like those traumatic experiences alter how that human being's brain is being developed, right? Like abusing your child or whatever it may be is altering their brain development for the worse, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, and you refer to it, your frontal lobe, and I see your third eye, right? And this is where your pineal gland is. This is where your spirit lives, right? This is where and so for that to be less active or damaged, or that's why, again, you can kind of see on the spiritual plane how there's something going on there, right? And so we had talked about the traumas and from a psychology standpoint, and I found a spiritualist who had also went into breaking down the demons that they consider that enter during these certain time periods, which build up to this narcissistic personality. So I'm going to show on the screen. I'll put this to the side and pull it through my phone so I can read it, because on the screen I do not have my glasses. I need them, and I don't have any. I need to go get some. So let me pull it up so I can read it. Okay. Okay. So this is called the yes, let me just pull up the I cut the top part off, so hold on, give me 1 second. There is my screen. Here we go. So this is called the demonic infrastructure of narcissism, a 5-level stronghold. And so on level 1 is the foundation of pride and rejection. And so it says, go back. The dual wound of underindulgence and overindulgence that creates the false self, right? And so she was talking about, either taken care of by your parents or not being taken care of well, right?
Yes, that's literally on the scientific end. That's how it's described. It's either the parent that's overindulgent, like my baby can do no wrong. This is the parent who gets the call that says like, oh, your child hit this other child. And they're like, well, not my baby. Or if he did, the other child deserved it, right? Already teaching your child that they don't have to be accountable, that they don't for their actions, that they don't need to have empathy for people or how their behaviors affect them, right? That's what's that messaging is teaching. So that's like my child is perfect. And with that mentality, you fail to raise your child, right? You just allow them to exist as is, leaving them developmentally and emotionally stunted, but they're getting bigger, right? In their physical body. And so, that same 2-year-old that was going to do a normal developmental thing, like have a tantrum, now they're, 52 years old and their tantrums could include them shooting someone or, something, violent. And then when you're like completely neglected, like you said, on the other end of the spectrum, it's the extreme. So the other end of the spectrum of being extremely neglected can also teach that of, I can't rely on anybody, so I got to do what I need to do to get what I need to get. And that young child who's being neglected has to start finding creative ways, so to speak, to get their parents' attention or to get their needs met. And then that can develop into the narcissistic traits when they're older, because they don't have a stable way of connecting with people or even seeing people as someone that they can connect with, right? Because they were deprived of that. So that's crazy that it says that. Because
I love that. I would love, as we go along, if you can give us that breakdown and then I'll read the other side of what happens at that would be great. I love that.
That's cool.
Yes. So on the other side of that, because of what has happened, the level 1 demonic spirit comes in, and that's the spirit of rejection, spirit of abandonment, the spirit of pride, the spirit of lawlessness, and the spirit of entitlement.
Yeah.
Right. And that's just level 1, y'all. Okay. So then you move up to level 2, what is control and deception. So now you have the false self must be protected. So you want to expand on that one?
The false self must be protected. So in that, can you expand on what that means? And then that will help me know how it links to the scientific part.
So they have to control and deceive the people around them to maintain the character of the false self now. Since they have now built the false self at level 1, the foundation, now they have to maintain this character by any means necessary.
Yes. So that would relate directly to like the issues with the insecure attachment styles and inability to know how to genuinely connect, because connection with human beings largely comes from emotion. That's how we connect with one another. This is why if I'm having a conversation with you about sports or the weather, that is not going to feel as deep. I mean, people will act like it is, but the reality is that's not depth. Depth is talking about our experiences, our thoughts, our feelings, crying together, hugging each other, connecting. That's depth. So when a person has been deprived of really opportunities to kind of during childhood and beyond learn how to connect with people, which requires self-awareness, developing the adults around you helping you develop empathy, the adults around you helping you develop emotional intelligence and emotional regulation skills. You need those things because the older you get, some of the people around you, right? Not everyone, because other people are going to also be mentally and emotionally stunted, but because of their trauma, right? It's no one's fault during childhood. It's the adults failing you and the cycles of generational trauma. But as you get older, the people who were nurtured and were being taught these things are going to become less and less tolerant of your behavior because now you at a grown age acting like a 2-year-old, right? So they're going to go find community with people who were able to gain those skills and continue to nurture them into adulthood, right? But now you're like, I'm still a human being. I still need to connect. I need that is a human need. So now you're like protecting, like you said, that false self. You don't really know who you are. You have been deprived of opportunities of that, and you're basically stuck in survival mode, as well as a mentally and emotionally stunted version of yourself. Even though you're biologically a lot older now, but mentally and emotionally not.
Goodness. That was a hell of a breakdown. Yes. And so for real, I'm like, oh, yes. So at this level, this is level 2, the spirit of control, the spirit of manipulation, and the spirit of deception. So those 3 are at level 2. So now we move up to relational warfare. So once now they have mastered the false self, it's about the false self now must be fed. And that means other people, like manipulating other people, taking from other people, and then they compete with other people. So you want to talk about feeding the false self?
Yeah. So since we're always being taught something, right? Our experiences are always teaching us something. A lot of times what contributed to the personality disorder developing is that is what was being modeled to you, right? The adults around you, those that raised you, not everyone, but the people that you probably spent the most time with and the ones that were the source of a lot of the trauma, they modeled to you that you treat people like the way you do a store transaction, right? And so this is the tools and the operating system that person then has. So they kind of treat a person the way you would if you kind of went into a store and you weren't thinking about really connecting with that human being behind the counter. And you're just like, your job here is to check out the things that I just bought and, whatever. You see that person as only existing for how they can be in service to you and not as a person beyond just that. And so children who go through these really traumatic experiences tend to have very little example of like healthy connection around them. So they think that the manipulative behaviors that they observed in other adults around them, the lack of accountability that they observed, because right, a lot of times they can't even tell their parent that something hurt their feelings or whatever. The parent will deflect or project that back onto them. So we're still learning. Like all of our experiences are teaching us things. And when we're little, we don't have any frame of reference to know like, oh, this is unhealthy behavior. You don't even know what that word means. And you're not going to learn it from the people who are in denial that their behaviors are unhealthy. So you're just going to model after what you're experiencing. And then it can continue into adulthood and you're now engaging in those behaviors further.
Yes. Absolutely. I agree. And during this time, we're in level 3, that's the spirit of jealousy, the spirit of competition, the spirit of accusations, the spirit of division, and the spirit of witchcraft. So, and that's also, people don't get scared when I say witchcraft. Witchcraft is, yes, black magic, but also slander is witchcraft. Speaking ill on other people, witchcraft. And so a lot of narcissists will, especially a covert narcissist, that's why people don't understand what's going on, is because they don't appear that way. They treat you kindly in the beginning, but the slander is happening back behind the scenes. You just don't know about it yet. They're building up a whole case. You look crazy before the discard, right? So, yeah, so I can see those different spirits, and people don't realize that these negative energies that we feel through us are spirits. They're negative spirits waiting to enter where we don't heal. And I keep telling people, those spots that we leave open, we leave them open for something else to enter. Everything wants to be here as a human, because humans have a body. We can do things. And so that spirit will use you to do the things that it wants to do. And it will be jealous. It'll be competitive. It'll be, accusatory. It'll be divisive. It'll slander. It'll do all of those things. And like you said, the person will change on you. And these quickly, you'll be like, wow, they were one way one day. And that's kind of like the cult, example. And so, that's the level 3. So now we move up to level 4, and that's self-righteousness and spiritual blindness. And here it says, must be defended from truth.
What was the last part you said?
Oh, the false self must be defended from truth.
Yes. So this would relate to, like, as time goes on, right? Because remember, like I said, we as human beings, we do need connection, right? We do. And what happens after a long period of time of a person engaging in these kind of behavioral patterns to try to manipulate or, break other people down, to constantly get their ego fed, whatever it may be, you're still like starving, right? Like, so because it's not true connection, right? And so you're going to constantly keep needing to do that because you're being cruel to people, right? You're constantly up and down. There's never this satisfaction. You also aren't in touch with yourself. So you don't really know your own feelings very well, or how to describe them. You're in denial a lot about certain experiences that you're having. So it's a very confusing and lonely existence to be struggling with narcissistic personality disorder. I mean, I think a lot of times people are surprised by that because they think, well, these people have so many people around them, but like, it's a constant needing to find people, because a lot of those people along the way will eventually wake up, will separate themselves, will not want anything to do with you anymore because you're mistreating them. And so you're constantly having to find new sources, right? And even with the source, it's kind of like, it's like having a light bulb that's the wrong watts that you're trying to make work, right? Like, it's like, sure, you're talking to people sometimes and hanging out with them sometimes, but the way you treat people deprives you of what actually makes connection. So your behavior gets wilder and wilder usually, and more out there and more desperate, because you are starving of connection to yourself, as well as starving of connection to other people. You're not connected either direction, but you're in denial about that. So it's a quite confusing existence.
Yes. And the one thing I was thinking about was the shame too, right? Like, they have to defend themselves from the truth, because the truth inflicts shame, and shame is like going back to level 1. It takes them back to that foundation. And as we see, as these levels go up, this is like an armor being built. As every level goes up, and it's like they get harder and harder to and to believe that we can like reach someone or try to help someone once they get to this level 5. I think this is where we were talking about on the other show. This
is the part I was waiting for.
So this is level 5, and level 5 says self as God. So where the narcissist sits enthroned as God of their own life, demanding worship and allegiance. Demon, you want to get into that? I want to go ahead.
Yeah. So it's so complicated, right? Okay. And a little bit. So the way that I currently see the world and understand the world with the knowledge I have thus far, because that's how I like to set up my beliefs before I say them, because I'm always open to changing them or learning more. But so far, right, my understanding is, like, since we are the universe experiencing itself and we are divine, we're connected to divine, we technically, when you give birth to a child, right, or a child comes into the world and you're going to raise them, I see it like you are, your job is to be nurturing and teaching that person skills that helps them be a good person to themselves and others, and to navigate their inner world, meaning their emotion, thoughts, and behaviors well. And so all humans need those things like emotional intelligence and emotional regulation and empathy and all of that, because that's required to be able to be good to yourself and others. But you're really like, it's kind of like you're training up a god, right? So if we are divine, you have to teach this person that, hey, you are divine, but so is everyone else. And I see narcissism as those traumatic experiences cause you to believe that you are God and everyone else is not. And that's how you start acting in the world. Yeah, you're like, everyone else is here to serve me, right? Like, or everyone else is slaves to me. But the reality is, no, we are all divine. We are all connected to divine. So you're not more God or whatever, or however you want to put it, than the next person. So part of, it's kind of like Thanos when he had all the power or whatever, when he got all the stones. It's like when trauma happens, it's like you're leaving that human being. When certain traumas happen, so it's not all trauma, but when enough traumatic experiences happen that are pulling a person towards a personality disorder, I kind of see it as like you are teaching them things that are causing them to misuse their power, to misuse their connection to divine and to the universe. And then they are mistreating other people, which, when we're looking at it from the higher spiritual lens, that also means they're mistreating themselves, right? Whether they realize it or not, because again, we are mirrors for one another. We're all connected. So it's a real complex thing. So it's almost like narcissistic personality disorder is having a distorted understanding of what it means to be connected to divine or to be divine. That's how I see it.
Yes. No, you're right. You're so right. And that disconnect. So on a spiritual level, when we look at the disconnect, that's when, once we hit that level 4, if you look at the demonic spirits, you got the spirit of self-righteousness, the spirit of blindness, the spirit of hardness of heart. So now we have totally closed. Now we know divine connects to us through the heart. So now you've closed your heart off to the even divine. That's where I think the spiritual blindness comes in. Because once you cut off your connection from the Most High, of course you're going to feel like you're God over your life. There is, because you have no connection to the Most High. And so then the last spirit in level 4 follows you to level 5, which is the spirit of the Antichrist. And so again, if we talk about Christ energy, that's Christ consciousness. If you think about who the narcissists target, they target empaths. Empaths are people who have high levels of feelings. Feelings are connected to the divine. So you have a high connection to divine, and they do not like that. Your light irritates their demons. This is what that means right there. Your light irritates their demons. So once you get to level 5, you have the spirit of idolatry, the spirit of blasphemy, the spirit of death, and the spirit of the Antichrist. So by the time they're sitting on the throne, the hardened heart, all of these different demonic spirits have worked through this person. I do believe that there is a point in this, before we get to a certain level, that this person definitely could be pulled back in. But I believe once you get to the level where you disconnect from the Most High, that is when your choices, because divine is forgiving, right? So when you think about a merciful God, but then God is just like your parents. They keep telling you no, and then they say, go ahead, go right ahead. And if you let somebody who is stubborn, they refuse to come back that way. So when we talked about, is it possible? It's possible, but the person's spirit has to at least be strong enough to will itself to want to change.
Yeah.
And does that happen at level 5 when you already think you are God? That is the problem right there.
but like remember from the panel too, like I said, I think a big part of why, if we're looking at this by the levels, like why level 5 is more like even more challenging is because we have created a world where we allow narcissistic behavior to be okay, or to allow people to succeed or whatever. So I think that's the biggest issue. When, because eventually we'll get there, right? We eventually get there. When we are evolved enough, when we're evolved enough and people are understanding how important mental health is, how important nurturing empathy is. So for us to really thrive as a species, not thrive as an individual, but thrive as a species, at that point, then I think that people with narcissistic personality disorder would be so starved of connection, right? It would be so hard to find it because they can't find it with each other. That's going to be very short-lived, right? Because that's going to be like two narcissists not going to be hanging out for very long. There's no energy, right? And we already saw that a prime example of that is Trump and Elon Musk, right? It ain't gonna last very long. It might be cool for a second, but it ain't gonna be for much longer. So eventually it's gonna be a problem. And because of that, it's like if we have to change the world and keep healing, because I personally believe that everyone is meant to be an empath in the sense that we are all supposed to be nurtured from a young age, the important and so valuable skill of empathy, because that's a part of how we all thrive. And it's healthy, it's healthy. It's like what we're meant to be. And so a world that is built on nurturing that in as many human beings as possible, like when emotional intelligence is taught in school and when emotional regulation skills is taught in school, like when that is just the norm, it's going to take some generations, but eventually it's going to be so hard to get anywhere behaving like that. Right. The problem is a lot of the people who behave like that are in power. So they continue to help other people like that get ahead. Right. Mm-hmm. So that's the problem. So it's like kind of like starving the behavior so that your brain is like, OK, I'm going to have to do something else. Maybe I will listen to some of that feedback I've been getting or something. I feel like eventually they'll have no choice.
Right. I agree. Divine agrees too. I heard something say that's why we're in this age. That's why you call a thing a thing. Because once you call it out, now you call it out of hiding. You put light onto something that's been hiding in the darkness and been feeding off of everything in it around it and comfortably. But now people are being like, no, I know what this is, and it's like it's hard to hide now. And so
it's hard to hide and it's hard to connect, and that you got to starve whatever we want to call it, starve the demon spirit, starve the narcissistic behavior, whatever, but just starve it. Because once it's starved, right, people, what happens when a human's back is against a wall long enough is we go into survival mode. So we have to think when survival mode becomes, I cannot access connection, I cannot access people anymore because of how I'm behaving. Initially, it might start off performative, but anything that we practice starts to build into progress, right? No different than that example I gave of a human being entering a cult. In the beginning, they're just kind of going along with those practices. Over time, they start to believe it because the software is being downloaded to the brain. Just like how an innocent child comes into the world and then that toxic conditioning starts being downloaded into the brain. So if it is starved, the same will happen. And think about it this way too. When we're kids, we technically are initially performing things until we embody them. It is a performance in the beginning. I'm saying words, but I don't know what they mean yet. Right? I just hear you say it. So I'm saying that thing and then I'm learning over time and eventually it becomes a part of who I am. So this is why my good friend Goddess, why I believe we can do this. We can help people recover from narcissistic personality disorder. I just think that Yeah, I just think we can't do it in this current world with how it currently is. Those of us that are awakened enough and doing the work have to command change and essentially like take over, right? Right? Be like, no, we're gonna be teaching these things in school. We're gonna be doing this stuff, and then that is how eventually, and again, it's gonna take a few generations, maybe a few light years. I don't know, but eventually we get there.
There is a changing of the guard that is trying to happen within the universe, where the universe, we have cycled through certain types of archetypes ruling, but we have not lived the archetype of the seer and the knower and the helper and the healer ruling. We've gone through the other ones, the billionaires, the this and the, we've lived these lives. And so I believe that that's why we're being positioned. And I'm going to get into your human design in a minute, because you are killing me with the human design tonight. I am like, everything you're saying, you're going to see here when I start to tell you about it. Because you're saying when you said that, when I said no, it's because it's built into you to feel the way you feel right now, because you were built to be who you are. And you are, based on the information I read, or on your path, you are living your design. Just based on listening to you talk. Your excitement, your true desire to see people heal is a part of who you are, like who you were designed to be. And so I can't wait to get, she is authentically herself. And I love that though, because I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to pull it up in a minute, but I definitely think that it can be healed. I do believe that it will take time, and it does take the environment changing, because if it can't be supported, it's either going to go away or it's going to go away in another way. Like, it can't exist. And that's the same thing with the vibration of the planet. When it starts to raise its vibration, that's why you see low vibrational things start to fall away or be exposed. How can things fall away if you don't know what it is? So exposure is the beginning of the falling away. So us knowing what a thing is now allows us to see the thing for what it is, and now decide what we do moving forward. And so I just love this conversation. Thank you so much.
Me too. Yeah. Thank you.
No, I really enjoyed it. And I feel like you really touched some points where, again, we can see how the spirit and the psychology work together to show you that trauma affects us on all levels, mentally and spiritually. And if we don't heal that trauma, the negative energy, the way you act negatively outward that people don't like, that is something that's going on internally. And that healing is necessary on all levels. But I don't want to give the narcissist any more time tonight.
Even got enough.
We do have a show called The Chosen and the Fallen. They could tap in there. We talk about the spiritual healing, because again, after what I went through, I decided to totally remove myself. Like, I didn't want to be in a room with a narcissist. I didn't want to, when I can feel it, I'm out of there. But spirit allowed me to understand that what I went through was so I could see what a thing, again, call a thing, and then be able to, because I have that same hope you have, but it's real deep down inside. It's real. It's like a little glimmer of hope.
I understand. I understand. It's scary. Yeah. And I have the same boundaries you have. I don't want to be around no narcissistic energy or narcissistic people by any means, unless it is in a controlled environment for treatment.
Yes.
That is it. I'm not interested otherwise. But I do have the hope, and I'm glad you have it too. We're going to need it.
That's because like you said, no one is born with a personality disorder. And I believe no one is born with a broken spirit, and things happen over time. And so Divine wants all of his children back. And that's why sometimes I believe that, again, empaths meet narcissists for both of them to experience something different, for both of them to learn, because a lot of times we are too caring, too open, no boundaries. Everybody gets love. Oh, it's okay. Yeah. No red flags. Everything's green. No, man, you need to sit there. And a narcissist will teach you a lesson. But you can teach a narcissist a lesson too. And if empaths learn their power and their energy, then I believe they will learn to heal quicker. I think You know, I've learned to heal a little faster because I started to call a thing a thing. And if I look at someone like, okay, they don't even have the capacity. It's not like I can nurture you. Why are you doing this to me? They don't hit these levels where they're not relating. They have no empathy. They don't care. When you start looking at it,
you have to accept what's happening, right? You have to accept what you're seeing, right? And that goes for all of us, for all areas of our development, for everything. Like, that's the only way you can start doing something about the things that need something done about them and to keep growing. And the only way to keep nurturing the parts of self that are in a good spot, right? And that, can always continue to be evolved. But yeah, no, you're right. It's the denial. And I think that that's part of our divine energy too. This belief, like you said, right? You said divine wants all of her children back, right? Yeah. I agree with that. But if we are divine, then that explains why when people are around narcissists, they're like, well, maybe if I just explain this to you, maybe if I just, it's you mistakenly believing that you can save this person now, and it's like, not yet. Yeah, it's like, not yet, my child. Yeah. You're like, oh, I got this. I just got to do this. And it's like, no, we're going to get there, but we're going to get there collectively. It's not going to be you saving this person. Many of people that came before you trying to do the same. But it's important to see, that I think it's important to see the child in everyone still. And I think that's where the empathy really can still come from, even when you are at a point where you have to set those boundaries and separate yourself and are fed up with the person. I think it's still very important to see that broken child, because you'll never meet a narcissist and learn about their upbringing and be surprised how they turned out, how they did. It's gonna make sense. Meet their mama, meet their daddy, meet their grandparents, meet them. It'll make sense.
Yep. Ain't not a lie told. Okay, that's the truth. So I want to get into you, Dr. Abena Berry. I want to talk about your human design today. And so I don't know. Okay. But Smart Video Girl, what do you think? Let me know before I get into her human design, because Smart Video Girl is aware of human design.
I gotta look at the chat. Yeah. I see there's comments. Okay. Oh, yeah. Goodness. Yeah, I don't even know the different kinds, right? So this is going to be, I'm learning.
Types. There's the generator. There's the manifester.
Okay.
There is the projector and the reflector. And then there's the manifesting generator, but they fall in the same category as generator. So you have 4 aura types. So a generator.
Okay. Generator.
Sacral energy is popping. You got the manifestor who speak things into existence. You have the projector, who is the guide, and you have the reflector, who is the truth teller, kind of just tell it like it is. So you have 4 different aura types. Okay.
Okay. I'm like, I hear though. I'm trying to guess which one I am.
Okay. Yes. So your aura type is only a part of it. I'm gonna tell you your aura type and your profile. Now your profile is your numbers. You have 2 numbers on your chart. I sent you your chart, right? So you have 2 numbers under your profile. Is you have a profile. Let me see. You don't have any answers for us, Smart Video Girl, because I'm about to let it rip.
Can I guess what it is, even though I don't even fully know what these things are? Okay. I think based on what the little bit that you I feel like I'm 2 out of the 4, but that can't be right. I don't think. Anyway, so I'm gonna go with projector? Question mark? I don't know.
Oh, that's what you. Oh, projector. I thought you said 2. What's the other one?
I think it was a little bit of the manifester, right? Because you said like the creating and speaking what's to come into existence, and that's what I'm trying to do too. So I think it's those 2 stood out to me the most.
So that makes sense based on your profile. So your aura type is a generator. Generators have the sacral energy. So let me I'm gonna tell you about them. Okay. So your aura type is a generator. So generators are designed to respond to life rather than initiate. So a source. They're a source of sustainability of the life force energy for themselves and for others, because you have the sacred energy that others don't have. So generators are the only type that have sacral energy. They make up about 70%, but it's broken down into two types. So there's the generator that is 37% of the population, and then you have the manifesting generator that makes up the rest of the 70. I'm not gonna do the math, but so out of the 70%, they're generators and a manifesting generator, but they wrap up together into the generator aura type. So your generator, you're people who experience satisfaction when aligned, but frustration when you're not. You're the builders and the creators of the world.
Wait, I have a question. Wait, I have a question. This is gonna be crazy, but like, okay, does blood type have anything to do with this?
No, your blood type don't have anything to do with this.
No, but can I explain? Wait, can I explain why I asked that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I explain why I asked that? Okay, so because I know that there are there's blood type where you can give to everyone, right? But you can only receive from the same type. So that's why I was wondering, because you were like with the generator, it sounded like describing like blood type, right? Like where like that blood type where you can give to everyone, but you can only receive from someone who also has the same.
That makes sense. No, this is based on your birthday, your birth time. So
I knew it was gonna sound a little out there, but there was logic.
You say what? What'd you say, Dr. Berry?
I said I knew it was gonna sound a little out there, but there was logic behind it.
No, it makes sense. No, I get it. And so, generators, they have the energy, the sacral energy to build. So the world was really built for manifestors and generators. Manifestors speak the things into existence, and then the generators would go and build them. So she said, so Claudia, she said she'll guess generator, which is correct. She said she can see manifestor also. Profile, I see like 4-1, like there's a 4 maybe. Okay. She said she did need to hear more from you. So to kind of guess. Okay. But okay. So so your profile. So that's what a generator is. So now your profile number is 6'2". She's a 6'2", Claudia. Okay. She's like us. This is what we have in common.
Oh, okay. What's a 6'2"?
So your profile has two different numbers. One is your conscious number and one is in your subconscious or your unconscious. So your conscious is the 6 and your unconscious is the 2. Yeah. So, all right, I'm going to break down what they mean. So a 6'2" in human design profile blends wisdom and guidance of the role model. So the 6 is the role model with introspection and solitary nature of the hermit. The 2 is the hermit, unfolding through distinct life phases. Let's see, let me scroll. So the role model, the core traits of a 6'2" combines two complementary energies. The role model, which is an individual naturally inspire others through their example, embodying wisdom, integrity, and guidance. They often become mentors or leaders, influencing others by living authentically rather than asserting authority. And then the 2 is the hermit. This aspect reflects a deep need for solitude and introspection. Hermits recharge by retreating from social demands, exploring their inner world, and cultivating self-awareness. This introspection allows them to uncover profound insight and develop natural talents. Let me just scroll down. Hold on. At wean periods of social influence and private reflection, learning to honor both aspects for overall well-being. So I'm going to break down the life phases of I know this is going to resonate. I know it's resonating already.
I know it's resonating. I was like, you probably saw this and then you were like, oh yeah, she was talking to me about how her and her bestie call it cocooning and all of that. I know you were thinking that.
That's why I said, oh, I cannot wait.
I love being around people and doing all of what you said, but then I also just like love time to myself. Like even after this, I was like, oh, I'm looking forward to just after this wonderful life, just going to have some time to myself to like cocoon. So yes, that is very me.
Yes. I do attract 6'2s. I do role models and people who are here to guide and, and so I'm going to tell you the, and shout out to Claudia, because Claudia introduced me to human design. And she knew as soon as she introduced me to it, it was like I was in love. Like I jumped into it and I was like, I just love it. I love it. She comes on once a month. And now you're going to be able, when you come on, you're going to be able to follow along. You're going to know what your profile and stuff is. So yeah, she says your embodied wisdom. They're the natural genius. Absolutely.
This is a good one to be.
Yes, yes, the 6'2". So, but we go through our things now. And so remember what you said about your childhood. This is again. Let me get some water because I'm about to spit some facts. Okay. So here are the life phases of the 6'2" profile. So the 6'2" experiences life in 3 distinct phases. So this is unlike any other profile. Okay. So we experience
I feel like I just buckled up because I feel like you're just gonna describe my life, but go ahead.
I sure am. All right.
If you describe 3 phases of my life that I have described to myself, that is going to be crazy because I don't even know what this stuff is that you're talking about. But I'm ready. I'm buckled in the car.
So the first phase is from birth to 30 years old, a period of experimentation and trial and error. The individual explores identity, tests boundaries, and learns through direct experiences. Challenges are common, and this phase is essential for building the foundation of wisdom. The second phase, from 30 to 50, often calls on the roof. This phase, they begin to internalize lessons from earlier experiences. Hold on one second. I didn't scroll up too. Okay. From their earlier experiences, they observe others, refine their understanding of life, and balance their hermit tendencies with emerging social influence. This phase is more reflective and less about active engagement. The third phase is 50 and beyond. The individual fully embraces the role model energy, sharing accumulated wisdom and guiding others. They become a beacon of insight, naturally embodying leadership and authenticity while maintaining their need for introspection.
Wow. No, I feel like that resonates. I often say that like at 27 specifically, that was like a really, I've noticed a shift in my life of like starting to grow quicker. Not that I wasn't before that, but if it makes sense, like, I don't know, there was like a mental shift. But then at 29, that's where the spiritual stuff started entering as well. So right on the cusp of 30. So that's so interesting. Like that's when I really like, I had experiences in my early 20s that like my first thing was taking a history of religion course in undergrad. And that was very eye-opening. But I took that my last semester of undergrad. So I was like, man, if I had taken this maybe freshman year or something, I probably would have done even more because it really opened my eyes to more truth and recognizing and realizing that religion was created by humans. And, you know, like a lot of the things I had been taught, I'm like, wait a second, what? You know, it was like a real mind, like a little bit of a mind fuck, but either way. But then that led into, by the time I was in my late 20s and then early 30s, yeah, I feel like there was a shifting like I feel more like myself now than ever, I guess, or like more of who I actually am at this stage of my life. And I'm 34 right now. So yeah, it's just interesting.
I want to say something about that 27 to 29 mark that you spoke about. Also, outside of design, there is called your Saturn return. So it happens at 29 and a half. And it's really when they say we truly become adults. So it's our first Saturn return. We get it every 29 and a half years. It comes back. And it's a challenge. They call it like when you squeeze in, you're making orange or lemonade or whatever, you got to squeeze it to get the lemonade, right? So there is a squeeze because Saturn is the planet. It's going to squeeze like when Jupiter expands. So Saturn's going to squeeze down on you. And a lot of people, if you know about the 27 club, they commit like suicide. They die around that time because that's when all of the things catch up because you're about to graduate. But before you graduate, you got to clean out your closet. You got to become the adult. All of the things start to change around those ages. And it you start to feel it at 27, but 29 and a half is the actual return. But after that, it feels like, oh, okay, now I'm more into who I am. I'm truly who I am. And you've used a lot of things, all of those experiences. And again, human design talks about, we learn through experiences, the 6 profile, we go through these stages. And that first line, we live as what Claudia would tell me is a 3 line. And they learn by, trial and error. And that helps to build our wisdom, though. That's how you become a role model. You have all this wisdom from all the experiences, right? Nobody want to listen to somebody tell them how to be a millionaire and they never been broke and became a millionaire. They want to know how you got there. So you get to all that beautiful learned experience so you can become, in the 3rd phase, the full blown, and I see it in you. I see it already in you. So it's so beautiful. When I saw that, I was like, oh, she's a 6'2" sister. I was so happy. I said, I knew we had something.
I love that. That's so cool. That is so cool. That is so cool. Yeah, it resonates.
Yes. So I'm going to, I have the practical implications. So the personal growth, understanding the 6'2" profile helps individuals honor the need for solitude while recognizing their potential to inspire others. Social influence, role models, energy emerges naturally over time. Forcing leadership or recognition can be counterproductive. Balance, altering between reflection and engagement allows the 6'2" to maintain energy, clarity, and effectiveness in both personal and social spheres. So the 6'2" profile is unique as it blends the introspection and leadership by navigating its 3 life phases, honoring the hermit's need for solitude, and embracing the role model's guiding influence. Individuals with this profile can live authentically, cultivate wisdom, and positively impact those around them. Now, I'm going to get into your incarnation cross in a minute, but I want to get into your motivation in human design.
Oh, wait, hold on, goddess. I cannot hear or see you anymore. I don't know if that's on my end or it's booting.
Okay. We will hold. I'm excited. Oh, she's coming back, y'all. She's coming back. I'm really having a good time tonight. Thank you, Claudia, so much. Look, you get to teach me and I get to share with others. Look at this. This is Pronoia. This is Pronoia. While she's gone, and she's going to come right back, let me see if I got something for y'all. And for those who've never been here, welcome to Pronoia Starseed podcast. Thank you for tapping in and supporting Dr. Abena Berry. It's been a wonderful evening. Thank you so much. And I think she'll be back shortly. But in the meantime, in between time, let's see. Trying to find y'all a really short song because I know she's going to pop back in. I'm like, whoop. Here we go. I'll be right back.
I love you, I love you, I love you. Until I love you, I love you, I love you. Until I find the way.
You
know I'm watching evolution of a goddess. Such an awful blossom, I'm stirring up who gossip is true. Cause I can make this flow come through your faucets. I can turn human to a possum, niggas play dead. When I spew the ink, they think I'm inciting they bloodshed. No, this is self-advancement. This a nod to shedding the old me in exchange for second chances in life. I once murdered dreams, married to light. Damn, double homicide. Had my ass shook like I got cabaret ties. The main event of my demise appeared as soul suicide. Sitting at the 9 to 5, knowing I can fucking fly, knowing I don't win a ride. No, I ain't prepared to die. Cubicle funerals had me dancing with death instead of painting my beautiful. Unsuitable condition, all this talent concealed. I'm losing a sense of self, but who gon' pay these bills? I'm saying God took a time with me, I know I'm the shit. But if you let it, life gon' treat you like a regular bitch. Stagnant in norms, excuses are born. My flesh getting torn, it's stretching its limits. Cause it keep trying to compete with my spiritual business. I listen to my future just blistering from the weight of my shivering. Fuck it, do it scared. Do what they wouldn't dare before your bones beyond repair. It's peaks, valleys, and prayer. Life ain't no crystal stair. Coughing up the carnage in compartments. It renewal needs the carpet. Got a message from the darkness. Said I am that royal sparkle, not no Meghan Markle kind. But genealogy a sign I'm more Maxine, reclaiming my time. And fuck it, I'm all in now. I just profess it's gonna happen. If I get to worry when, where, how, I let the universe work it out. And in the interim rehearse my bow. This is the goddess vow.
He's back.
Hi. I don't know what happened, but I'm back. It disconnected, but I'm here.
All right, so we're getting ready to get into your motivation. So your motivation in human design is hope.
Okay. Oh,
so
that's why you did that earlier. Yeah.
I was like, hope. And I hope. So hope motivation represents a natural inclination towards optimism and positive expectations for the future. Individuals with this motivation tend to see potential in situations and people, even during challenges, and often inspire others through their hopeful outlook. Unlike blind optimism, hope motivation balances acknowledging reality with maintaining belief in improvement, fostering resilience, creativity, and effective problem solving. If that ain't you,
that's me. I'm out here. I'm like, I was like, one of my goals in this lifetime is create the first treatment center for narcissistic personality disorder. I don't know how I'm gonna get people to come, but they're gonna come. Because narcissists don't like treatment, but I'm gonna figure it out because I got hope. I'm gonna figure it out.
She got hope. She got hope. So this is the last part for your human design that I was able to pull up today. So the last part, which is my favorite part, you guys, of human design, is the incarnation cross. So our incarnation cross tells us our life purpose, what we came here to do. It's the cross that we bear this life, right? Mm-hmm. So you have the left angle cross of identification.
Okay.
So left angle cross of identification can manifest in various ways. You might find yourself naturally skilled at maintaining focus and perfecting skills as guided by energies of gate 9 and 16. Simultaneously, you likely possess an inherent ability to handle confusion and manage doubts. This ability to effectively navigate cognitive complexities can often lead to a significant personal and collective growth. By embracing the energies of the left angle cross of identification, you can navigate life with a unique blend of focus, skills, confusion, and doubt. This cross essentially teaches the balance between maintaining focus, perfecting skills, handling confusion, and managing doubt. That is your incarnation. And you are, of course.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. It's so funny because one of my biggest pet peeves or triggers or whatever you want to call it is I don't like when things don't make sense. When somebody I'll be like, this is a lie, and I want to analyze and break down okay, how could this person have seen this way, and then trying to help move through that confusion. So yeah, no, that's interesting for sure.
And so these gates, the gates they spoke about are where your energy flows. So in your chart, your body graph, you'll see in your body graph, you'll have like the big squares. Those are like your energy. What is it called? Come on, Claudia, help me out.
Chakras?
It's like, yeah, it's your chakras. And then the lines that come out are your gates and your channels. So if a gate has 2 gates that connect, it becomes a channel. So the energy flows from one gate to the other, and then both gates serve a purpose. And so those gates, those are your channels. Those numbers. So if you want to go back and look at those channels, they'll give you more detail. And this is the energy that is constantly flowing through you. And as you generator, you always have energy. Like, and I see that about you. I promise you, I told my video girl, I'm not going to even lie, I'm going to tell you, I talk about you behind your back. I said, she got so much energy. I said, girl, she'll be like, I went and I worked out today, and then I saw a patient, and I hung out with my son, and then we did this. I'd be like, damn. She's like, what you do? I went to sleep. I took a nap. I took a hike. I went to sleep, and I ate. I be feeling like
that is our voice note sometimes. I took a dance class and I did this and I traveled here. Yeah,
I'll be like, she's like, yeah, I just got back in town and now I'm about to go do. I'll be like, that's generators have the energy to move and make things happen. And so I want to go back to the fact that generators have to wait to respond, right? But there's so much to respond to. So you're just waiting for something to respond to. And you have to pick what you choose to respond to. But you're not an initiator. So the only initiators we have are the manifestors. They're the ones who are supposed to speak things into, they say it and it's supposed to happen. And then the generators, you have the energy to build it, whatever it is. Then the projectors, they're like the guide. So if the generator's over there building it, the projector's got the blueprint. They're gonna be like, hey, this is and then but you have a lot of projector energy. So there are channels that have projector channels. So that's why you feel, I know you resonate, because also you're a guide and a role model. So you're gonna kind of guide. So you're gonna resonate with that projector energy. But when you started moving around and stuff, I was like, oh yeah, she got energy for days. And that's something that none of the other types have. Generators are the only ones who have the sacral energy, and that's why everyone wants to plug into you. That's why everyone wants to feed off your aura. Because I'm a projector, so I'm a parasite. I will come, but no, for real. Like, I get on here, and because you have that energy, I will probably not go to bed for a while, because me and you have been talking. This energy is revved up, so I'm able to plug into you. But I unplug when you leave, but the energy still, you have energy in the plug, the light is still on. You're like, how the hell is that still? But you unplug, that's me. But then eventually I pass out, and you don't, because you still have your own energy. So she's going to the workout, and I need to take a nap for 3 days after.
Wow. No, you were saying something, and I was saying, because I don't like, because you said the manifestors like create the thing and then I do the thing, or like somehow that's healthy, right? Basically, I think I said. So it's so funny that you say that, because I really don't like thinking about like the steps of something. I just want to do it. Okay. So like, for instance, when I wrote my book, most people would like organize out the book and like figure out how the chapters are going to be or whatever. For me, what helped me write my book was I just allowed myself to free write with no organization at all. I ended up writing 80 pages, and then I took from that organization, but I had to first just allow myself to, like, I just want to do. This is why I don't like editing content. This is why, because I just like, just come and get the knowledge. Why I got to make sure I ain't say too many or this didn't happen, right? I don't like I'm not a big fan of like, I have to put out all these steps or figure out all these steps before I can do. I just like to do. Yes. And it works. And it works for me because my book came out phenomenal, but I had to do it my way. And my way is I I don't think even in school, I can't remember a time, you know how they used to have you do like the outlines of your paper? Like I did not want to do that. Why? Well, I'm wasting time making an outline. I could be writing the paper, right? Like what is this outline about? Like, let me start writing and then I will fix it as I go or whatever. Right. So yeah, I don't like having to figure out those things. I do it when I have to, but it's not my favorite. I rather just do and create and then have like an assistant or something who does more of the. We talk about that because that's literally me. I'm like, well, I don't all of this. It's why I don't like doing therapy notes. It's like, no, I'm here to do and help this person. Why I gotta go right now? What I did? What is this for? Right? Like the help already happened. So yeah, no, that's funny that you say that because
I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the manifester is a small percent. So the world, again, was built on manifestors. Those are like the top 1% or 2% who tell people what to do and then they go do it. But then there was like a need to, hold on, we need to buffer this, right? And then the projectors were created. They were created later on in human design. But I want to talk about what Claudia said here. And she said the energy is for what the sacral says yes to. And so that's another part of your human design as a generator. You listen to, and she is you're a sacral being because you have that sacral energy. So your gut, what your gut says yes to is what you listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Your gut, not your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to listen to your gut. That's what she's saying for the response.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, that's that sacral energy, and that's the beauty of being I'm an emotional responder. I ain't gonna even lie. I need 3 days to recover after I get upset about something. I need a couple of days come on down. But sacral energy, you make your decisions based off of your gut instincts.
Mm-hmm.
And I did go into it, but I was like, that's gonna be too much to talk about because it talks about the mind versus the gut. Because a lot of times people want to lead with what's in their mind, but their gut will be telling them something totally different. But they be trying to figure it out up here, and you just like, no, it's a no. Like we talked about a couple of things, and it just be like, nah, my gut said. I'll be like, yeah, you know.
Yes, and you literally told me that. Mm-hmm.
This is even before I found out that she was a general.
Yeah, this is a conversation well before she even pulled any of this. Yeah, mm-hmm. She was like, "That's your gut telling you have to listen." Because I called it. I was like, "It's like my soul knows," but you also said like it's like your gut. Yeah, mm-hmm.
And you were right. And now looking at this human design, just like confirmation. So but yes, human design. As you keep going, and you'll just be like, "Damn, oh wow, this thing."
It's very interesting. Yeah, it's very very interesting. That's really cool. I'm going to research more about it for sure. And look at mine. Now I can understand like more of what you sent me. Yeah.
And look at your sons. I think that's good to know too, because so I'm a projector, right? And projectors are a lot different. Like, again, when I said take a nap, I mean it. Like, we don't have sacral energy. So I can work good for like 2 to 3 days straight, but then I'm a pass out. I can't do the 9 to, I did it. I burnt out trying to be, and most of us are programmed because we don't know. So the world was built for us to build. So we think we got to go out and do all of this. And now I'm finally starting at this age, and I'm getting closer to the role model age where I'm starting to realize I'm not doing all of that. And I'm going to just stand in my purpose and things are going to come to me. And so as a projector, I have to wait for the invitation. You have to wait to respond. There's plenty to respond to. I got to wait for somebody to invite me. You know how many invitations we get? Rare. It's rare because people don't want to hear what you got to say, because once you say it, feelings, or because we have a lot of knowledge as far as guiding. So you have to wait. If you intrude someone's space with too much, just like if you're like, well, I'm a therapist, so let me just tell you what you need to do. Who do you think you are? You know. So you have to wait. But if they acknowledge, hey, you're a therapist, what do you think about this? Then there's the invitation to open up. But that's why I created a podcast, because I needed to wait for the invitation.
You were tired of waiting on the invitations.
Yeah, I'm sitting at home waiting for invitation. You don't even see me. Then how do I get an invitation? So I have to, and then someone say, you know what? You seem like you know this, and now it's not just waiting, but being recognized as well, and saying that they see what it is you offer, and then decide if you want to accept the invitation. Which I be too quick to jump on invitations because we rarely get them. So I had to learn to stop jumping on every invitation because every invitation doesn't recognize me. It may recognize me, but it doesn't recognize my value. And so I had to learn that. And I learned that through human design. So I learned a lot through human design. So I love to share that with you.
Yeah. No, it's really interesting to like learn more about that and how it explains a lot about how we just show up in the world and the natural things that we feel drawn to do or not do. That's really interesting. Yeah.
And how we're all built differently and we just don't, again, we're not all alike. Everybody thinks we're so much alike, but we're all here to do and serve different purposes.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's been a beautiful night.
I know. This was so cool. Yeah, I loved every bit of this conversation. I knew I would. So I'm so glad that you invited me. And I knew this was going to be an incredible time. So this is great.
Well, I would love to have you back for sure with Smart Girl. And I would love to have you come on one time with Claudia because I really think that you guys.
Yeah, let's set it up. I would love both of those things. Okay. Yeah. I did see Claudia too. I did catch that one live too. So yeah, both of them are amazing. I would love to be able to have a conversation. That would be cool.
Great. All right. Well, thank you so much. It's been a wonderful
Thank you.
time. Can you do you have your book again? Can you show us the book again?
I do. So it's right here. So again, it's called Bold, Black, and Becoming: A Psychology Guide to Heal and Thrive. And it's by me, Dr. Abena Berry. Easiest way to just find it and all the links would just go to drabenaberry.com. So DR for doctor. So DR and then abenaberry.com. My name is on the screen. So basically what you see there without that dot and then .com. And then that will at the top of at the very top of your screen, there should be, once you're on my website, there should be a banner that says, check out my 5-star rated book or something. If you click that, it'll take you to the correct page. And then the Amazon link is there. The TikTok shop link is there. The Barnes & Noble link, like all of that. Plus the bonus is you get to see the table of contents. That's the only place where you can see the table of contents. So you get to see everything that is included in the book, as well as you can order a signed copy if you would like. And my signed copies, I write a personal message. So it's not just like me signing my name. It's me writing a personal message from my heart to yours to get you inspired as you go on your healing and growth journey through the book. So so that is the spiel for that.
That's wonderful. Yes, make sure you guys pick up the book. And I was gonna say one more thing. And it slipped my mind. Well, I don't know now.
Well, you got my number, so you know you can just send me a voice note.
I will.
Send me a voice note. We're gonna be talking tomorrow anyway. So yeah, I'm sure to come up and we'll include it in the next one. But it was so wonderful being here. And and you guys too, when you're on my website, I would love if you no pressure, but if you want to join my email list, that's a way to keep up. Was that what it was?
I was going to say, yes, and your email list. That's what
see, there it is. I had to download. See, I was like, post that email list. But and I would love to have you as a part of what I lovingly call my community of becomers. So if you sign up for my email list, you are then officially a becomer, which just means that you are someone who is dedicated to self-development and growth and healing, like you really crave and want that, and you want to continuously become. So that pop up when you go on drabenaberry.com, it should pop up after about 20 seconds or so. But if for some reason it doesn't, you just scroll to the bottom of literally any page of my website and the sign up is also there. But yeah, I would love to be connected with you guys. And I'm finally getting better at actually using my email list. So this is the time to sign up, because I was not good at it before. I'm finally using it. Like I emailed everybody about this today. So like I'm actually using it now.
A chance to look at it. I'm going to look at it, and I'm also going to sign up tonight. So
so you'll be connected. Yeah. And if anybody's in Chicagoland area, or I also do events and travel as well from time to time, but most of the events I do are Chicagoland because I'm in Illinois. So yeah, maybe if you're local, you can like come to an event. I just did one last week and then a month ago. So there's often things. Oh, thank you so much, Claudia. You're so sweet.
Claudia. And thank you.
Alenta, that's my sister. Yeah, that's my big sister, Alenta. Hi, sis.
Yes.
I'm so glad you tuned in.
Together. I love our energy. Like, I got chills. Look, I got chills.
I was telling my sister, Alenta, that I can't wait for you all the two of you to meet, because y'all are very similar. Like, when I talk to you, sometimes I feel like I'm talking to her a bit. So I think that you all are gonna really connect energy wise. I'm like, yeah, God is no wonder I felt so drawn to you. I was like, oh, it's like similar soul to my big sister, who was one of my best friends in the whole wide world. So yeah, I can't wait for y'all to meet one day. I think you're gonna hit it off.
Beautiful. Yes. Mm-hmm. I know you got a beautiful spirit, because you got a beautiful spirit. So shout out to your mama for making you. And your daddy too. Mm-hmm. Shout out to all the Starseeds for tapping in tonight. It's been such a beautiful night. Thank you, Dr. Abena Berry. Make sure you get the book. Follow her on Instagram, TikTok. She's everywhere, y'all, because she a generator.
I'm a generator. Yeah, just search at Dr. Abena Berry on your favorite social media platform. I'll pop up. That's all you got to do. At Dr. Abena Berry.
Yes, well, you guys know that Pronoia means that the universe is always conspiring in your favor, no matter what. I hope you have a great night. Thank you so much again for tapping in, and I'll talk to you later. Peace out, Starseeds.
Bye.
Took the stones and built an empire. They asked me how you come about the smoke not smelling like fire. They say that life can be a bitch, so I made her my wife. I fell in love with this adversity and learned how to fight. Look, you don't know what wholeness feels like until you've been empty. You learn you've always been enough by the time you had plenty. Sometimes you gotta lose it all just to find yourself, to realize you had it all when you was by yourself. Cause I was down bad, got up in my bag, now I'm up again. Had to recognize who the fuck I is, had to run it back, ain't no fumbling. I hear you niggas mumbling, but you don't speak my lingo. So focus on my numbers, that they lining up like bingo. I done been through some shit that I probably never speak about. I done seen some lows that the pastor only preach about. I done did some things that some niggas only think about. Wrote this on my heart so nobody else can. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready. They ask me what I'm on, I just say my throne. Remember who I was, baby, welcome home. I've been in my zone, asking how I feel, great. Hungry for everything that's on my plate. When you stay ready, you ain't gotta wait. If you all you got, then you know what it takes. Why y'all niggas love to play? I get too much fucking grace. Had to choose what I won't take. If you drop me, I won't break. Baby, I'm built from the magic, I'm godly. Ooh. Fuck around, finding out I get it poppin', I get it choppin'. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause I done been through some shit that I probably never speak about. I done seen them lows that the pastor only preach about. I done did some things that some niggas only think about. Wrote this on my heart so nobody else could. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready.
First, you suffer. Then you awaken. And only then do you begin to ascend. Strange, isn't it? That pain is not a punishment, but a summons. A knock on the inner door that says, wake up. Not to the world, but to yourself. You see, suffering shakes the foundation of who you think you are, so that you may discover who you truly are. And when that veil lifts, something extraordinary happens. You stop identifying with the wound and begin identifying with the witness. This is awakening. From here, ascension isn't about floating off into the clouds. It's about returning fully to the present, unburdened by the past, undistracted by illusion, unmoved by the ego's hunger for control. You begin to live as the soul, not the story, and you realize the pain didn't break you, it built the staircase. And now, you're rising.
I am the truth, I am the light, I am the love, raising the vibes. I am a messenger, I am a guide, I am a sign, I am divine. I am the truth, I am the light, I am the love, raising the vibes. I am a messenger, I am a guide, I am a sign, I am divine. I am you, we are one, under the stars, under the sun. I am you, we are one, under the stars, under the sun. Yeah. Son of a god, leading my squad. Call me a hitman, I run with the mob of witches, wizards, shamans, and healers. We light up the dark, we follow our hearts, we follow our souls, we follow the light, we follow our vision, we follow the signs. We fearless, we rebels, we fight the good fight. We higher the heavens, we channel the force. We are the bringers of light, we are the angels disguised. We are the stars in the sky, we are the spirits at night. We are the heart of Christ, we are the victims in graves. We are the witches burned to the stakes. We are the slaves breaking our chains. We are the ones who came back again. We are one and the same. We are the children of earth. 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 I am the truth, I am the light, I am the love, raising the vibes. I am a messenger, I am a guide, I am a sign, I am divine. I am the truth, I am the light, I am the love, raising the vibes. I am a messenger, I am a guide, I am a sign, I am divine. I am you, we are one, under the stars, under the sun. I am you, we are one, under the stars, under the sun.
I had to get in tune with the God within. Get in tune with it all again. We the light trying to raise the vibration. Get in tune with this new elevation. We in tune with the earth while it's shifting. Really travel within those dimensions. Spreading love and handling business. God be the witness. We the ones that be spreading the love. In the darkness, we gon' be the light. We the ones that be meditating for some world peace in the darkest of nights. We the ones that gon' hardly complain. We the ones that find love in the rain. We the light and it always remain. We the ones that done came back again. We are the same.
I am the truth, I am the light, I am the love, raising the vibes. I am a messenger, I am a guide, I am a sign, I am divine. I am the truth, I am the light, I am the love, raising the vibes. I am a messenger, I am a guide, I am a sign, I am divine. I am the truth, I am the light, I am the love, raising the vibes. I am a messenger, I am a guide, I am a sign, I am divine. I am the truth, I am the light, I am the love, raising the vibes. I am a messenger, I am a guide, I am a sign, I am divine. I am you, we are one, under the stars, under the sun. I am you, we are one, under the stars, under the sun.
The rain isn't over. Newsman on the TV tells me there's gonna be thunder crashing over me. I'm running for cover. Footsteps on the concrete beneath me. They're cheering me onwards with that simple melody. When day feels like night, I can be my own light. Go dancing in the rain, dancing in the rain. Oh, if I find it inside, I can learn how to shine. I can shine it through the rain. Maybe I can be somebody's rainbow. somebody shelter. Tell them they can lean on my shoulders. Yeah, they're stronger than they seem. I'll carry you over when the puddles seem too deep. I'll carry you homewards. I'll help you find your feet. When day feels like night, I can be my own light. Go dancing in the rain, dancing in the rain. Oh, if I find it inside, I can learn how to shine. I can shine it through the rain. Maybe I could be somebody's rainbow. I'll be the umbrella in your cocktail. I can be the sugar in your dark and stormy. If it rains a lot, we can set sail. No matter the weather, you can always call me. I'll be the umbrella in your cocktail. I can be the sugar in your dark and stormy. If it rains a lot, we can set sail. No matter the weather, you can always call me. When day feels like night, I can be my own light. Go dancing in the rain, dancing in the rain. Oh, if I find it inside, I can learn how to shine. I can shine it through the rain. Maybe I could be somebody's rainbow.
Learn to cloud surf while never leaving Earth. 10 toes firmly planted in the dirt for what it's worth. See my life flash before my eyes a couple times, so I'd be lying if I said I don't believe in the divine. For reasons we can't find, the truth will probably blow our minds. This energy in the universe send chills down your spine. Had a talk with a goddess about human design. Pull my coat to how I need to get my chakras aligned. Gotta break some bad habits, it's addition by subtraction. Move away from bad actors trying to leech off your action. It's the laws of attraction, gotta see it before it happens. Gotta believe it with a passion, then receive this beautiful madness. Find a pattern in the chaos, their assessment was way off. You build it from the ground up, you own it, so ain't no layoffs. Your energy is equity, cashing on your day off. Hope to reach a couple souls, it's all a part of the payoff.